Okay, we should create another show which is behind the black table,
yes,
behind the scenes, whereby conversations
behind
are
the black
going
table.
on.
I like that.
After we took the break, the conversations didn't end, but then we need to move on to our main topic for tonight.
Yes, sir.
But before we do so, we're going to be joined by a lady, one of the most hardworking female content creators in Nigeria today.
Interesting.
Yes, Betty Tucker. Yes, she's always doing something. She's always in the middle of something. So she's going to be joining us for, for the rest of the evening, and we're going to be talking to her via Zoom about, the main conversation, which has to do with social media creator, Pella. I'm sure you guys saw the video, and most people had so much to say. Of course, he recently posted that particular video, and he was interviewing, graduates, master's degree holders, and he was basically trying to get a camera personnel. But I think the reason why the video really trended was that people had so much to say because of how they felt things are flipped around. Now, does education still hold water, or is it a scam right now? Because I remember when I was much younger, and then I want to play football, and they will look at you like you're a miscreant. Like, why is this one playing football? Go and read your books, do stuff that would, put your grades up and all of that. But now in today's world, things are a whole lot different. You have people who have the mindset and the creativity to go on, different platforms and create content and make good money. Now it's flipped around, and everyone is, thinking like, do I really need to go to school and get a degree when I can just do something fun and interesting? Quincy, I don't like how you're looking at me.
Nah, because I want to.
Okay.
I want to go.
And of course, before this particular video, there was a video of another social media influencer, Egungun, where he talked about how a chef and most of the people that works for him are all graduates and all of that.
I love Pella.
I know this.
I love him.
Pella is a special character.
I love him.
Of course, before we saw Pella's video, we saw Egungun and Daddy Freeze over there talking about, his employees and all of that. But now, what are your thoughts on what the world is today, and especially in this part of the world, Nigeria? We see a situation whereby content creators and other people who are in the creative industries have found ways to, empower themselves financially, and they're doing quite well for themselves. And now they're going back and they're employing people who have taken time to go to school, study, and, earn a degree.
First off, let it be made abundantly clear. There is no substitute for education.
Thank you.
I am unequivocal and unambiguous about that, right?
My guy.
It doesn't answer to your ability or inability to make money. Those are two different things.
Okay.
What money answers to is value creation.
Yeah.
You can be the most educated person in the world and be poor if you're not creating value, right? And you can be an illiterate, haven't never been through a formal educational system, and be creating value and be making money.
True.
And the conversation keeps changing from generation to generation. There was a time when, in the 80s, when the conversation was, if you can trade, buy and sell and make money, and it was the Igbos, at the time, they were prosperous from trade, from selling, buying and selling. And the conversation was, if those guys are making so much money and are building houses and buying the latest cars, why do you need to go through 4 years, 5 years, 6 years in the university only to get employed on a meager salary? Now, with the explosion of the creative economy, right? First off, let us be clear that the only people making money in the creative economy are not illiterates. There are persons who, like Pella, probably I don't know what his educational background is, but I kind of feel like the way he speaks is an act. It's a performance he puts on, because I've seen him I saw him on Robin Minds the other day, and he spoke passable English. But it's like Funke Akindele sits down and puts on the Jennifer act and starts to, speak funny English. But the point, that we're discussing here is about the real value of education in this day and age, right? If people can literally buy ring lights and turn on the cameras and make content and make money, should people still go to school? But even in the developed world where people earn 7 figures from white-collar jobs, right? There are content creators like I Show Speed, like Kai Senate, who are making millions of dollars as well. Does that invalidate the value, the importance of education? Answer is obviously no. So, yes, we have unemployment, which we've got to deal with, right? Which demarkets education in some way, because if people go to school after all that hard work, they can't get jobs, then they feel like it's probably pointless going to school. But let's be clear, again, I repeat, being educated and being able to make a living,
they're two different
things. Making a living is a consequence of creating value. If you think that you have a God-given right to get paid just because you went to school, right? You're mistaken.
LOL.
You are mistaken, right? Because anyone who has the capacity, who's got the skill set to deliver something that people want in exchange for money,
it's a capitalist world,
is able to put food on the table, maybe even much more than that, buy the latest cars and employ graduates. So let's not get things twisted. There is no substitute for education. Please go to school, get an education, but please also learn how to create value and make money.
All right, Quincy.
Because the two of them are not mutually exclusive.
Exactly. So Quincy, what are your thoughts on
Gang
that?
wanted to say something.
No.
Gang is okay.
Come on, guys.
I value your opinion.
I got you. It's okay. Speak, please.
Okay, let me try and pick up from where but I agree 110% with so many of the things that he said. It's rather unfortunate that in today's society, money is seen as king. And regardless of how you make it, especially in our environment, people tend to dance to the tune of people that have financial resources. That's why you can see graduates and people with masters being able to stoop down to this level whereby they allow somebody of Peller's capacity to talk to them in, for me, what I see as content and a show being put on. You get where I'm coming from?
Did you think that was disrespectful in any way?
No, see, you're not disrespectful because
he said stoop. He said stoop low.
No, that's why I'm asking to just get clarity on
because he can't be more than what he is and more than what he knows.
I don't know what that means.
So
what does that mean?
What I'm trying to say is that he is his kind of person in his world, and that's what he knows. He's a superstar in his own world as a streamer.
No, in your world. He's a superstar in your world as well.
No, he's not.
The world you live in, he's one of the biggest influencers in the country at the moment.
Hello, Quincy Jones.
Hi.
What I mean by this, he's not somebody that I follow.
All right.
He's not somebody that I subscribe to.
He's not your cup of tea.
He's not my cup of tea.
Which is why clear he's not and very understood. But before you go any further, we have Petty Talker. I remember I mentioned that she's going to be joining us. And of course, we have the phone lines open. The numbers are 0201-635-2013 and 0201-635-2014. You can call in and you can join in on this conversation. Petty Talker, if you can hear me, I'm sure you've been following what the guys have been talking about. Gang here has been giving his thoughts on the situation, and you being a content creator yourself, every time I see you, I know that you're busy, basically. What are your thoughts on, the videos that we showed earlier, the Pella situation, and do you think that, there's a level of shift in regards to how people perceive education in today's world?
Well, personally, right, education is important. You need to get educated. If I have kids tomorrow and tell me, oh, mommy, I feel like I found my passion in entertainment and I want to drop out of school. I agree, you found your passion, but you do need to finish school. Get done with school, and then you can chase the passion. Right? What we don't understand is passion is a good thing, but passion does not pay your bills, right? And we all know, we in the entertainment industry, we have to put in the work and work for free for a long time before we even start getting paid, right? So if my kid comes to me and it's like, Mommy, I think I found, go to school. Finish school. When you're done with school, yes, we can now revisit that passion that you have so bad. But about the Pella situation, in as much as Pella is someone that I see as, I see him as someone who has a lot to offer to the community. He's talented, but please, Pella, go to school. That's all I have to say. Get educated. So, and it's not just because people hate you. It's because they want you to have a sense of, oh, speak properly. The world will become like a bigger playground for you when you're educated. Now you can now become the likes of, I saw Speed, the guy who interviewed Ronaldo and all that. How do you have proper communication with guys that are up there if you can't speak English? And I know we're all like, oh, it's Nigeria, so if you want to act local, that's fine. But no, if you want to, reach more audience, if you want to grow, being educated, at least learn how to speak properly. It's a flex here in Nigeria if you don't know how to speak so well. But outside, people won't understand what you're saying if you can't communicate properly. So that's all I have to say about this situation.
Thank you very much.
I know Pella would come out and say, oh, everyone's criticizing him, but we love his content. Yes, we love your content, but we also do want you to get educated because at the end of the day, education is key.
Okay, just to clarify things, I don't think Pella himself is against people getting educated. His circumstances are his circumstances. The fact that he was able to find...
There's something that just came to my mind. There's what we call exceptions to the rule. You get me?
Yeah.
If you look at a whiz kid, a Two-Face, I can call so many great Nigerian talents that didn't really go that far educationally and have become great. That doesn't mean that if other people decide to drop out of school or not follow the path of education, they're going to be great as well. Going to school, like Bada said earlier on, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it in life. You can go to school and not make it. You can drop out and still make it. You can never go to school and still make it. Sometimes I've said this so many times, we make the wrong people famous, and then when they're on that platform, we start questioning certain things.
Is Pella one of the people you made wrongly famous?
I didn't make him famous. He made himself famous with his streaming
platform. So is he
platform.
part of the list of the wrongly made famous?
No, not on my list, but I have a list.
Interesting.
So
I have a ton of
you.
things to say.
Okay.
I'll start with Bada. Bada hit the nail on the head. Spoke to the topic where it's supposed to. All right, but I'm going to address something entirely different. It's imperative that you get your education, right? I have been at a spot where I was going to sacrifice my education to get into media because I started broadcasting while I was in uni, right? University, sorry. That said, of course, shout out to my mom, you must finish. Don't play. And then there's the case of the first person that came to mind when I heard this was Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is a doctor, right? He also plays within the space of sports and or / entertainment.
All right, all that talk. We've got a caller, Israel, is joining us. Hello, Israel. Good evening. All right, Israel, we need you to turn down the audio on your TV screen.
Sounds like he's in Gaza.
Okay, while he's doing that, you were saying.
Okay, I'll just speak to the point. Pella has the right to employ anyone he deems fit.
Of course.
He
Regardless
is
of
a successful influencer and entrepreneur. I don't know if the research is correct, but he's supposedly worth $500 and something thousand, which is equivalent to 1.something billion naira. I'm sorry, he can afford whoever he chooses to hire. Be you a doctor if you're applying for the role. They knew he wasn't fully educated. They applied for the role. And then all of a sudden, every graduate has a voice. He worked hard in a situation where he couldn't afford to go to university and made something out of himself. That is our immediate environment. Let's not all sit here like school is free for everyone.
Of course not.
We all know how much our parents spent to take us, send us to school. He couldn't afford that. And then he made something else out of himself, became successful. With his current situation, he requires a service and he's willing to pay for the service. and all graduates are now upset. And then someone opens her mouth to tell the public that, oh, I don't know why people are wasting data watching his kid. Who are you? What are you talking about? This boy has gone into the, sorry. This boy has gone into the pinnacle of his career as an influencer.
Quincy, we've got Tolu calling in. Hello, Tolu. Good evening.
This is the side of Quincy that I love.
Nah, man.
Okay, let's go on, Quincy.
This dude has
look from Quincy.
This dude has attained the pinnacle of his career as an influencer. Bro, he's the hottest. The new age social media, or the new age new media, is TikTok. That's where everyone is. If you want to be there, if you want to be anything, that's where you have to be. He rules that world.
Can I add to something that you're saying, Quincy? That is why.
I never learned. I'm sorry.
There's something you said.
No, a lot of people need to understand reality.
You're going to love this point. The late president that just passed, our president, was once questioned about his level of education. That's the number one citizen in the country. So I'm trying to make a point here. You get me? In terms of education. There's certain places you can get to. There's certain levels you can attain without an education, and people can still question it. I think the problem people have is the way he was communicating with some of those.
And that's why I asked, under the context of what happened.
So this is
was
the
it
different
at any
side.
point in time disrespectful?
He's entitled
was it disrespectful?
So I'll tell you.
That's why I said money is king. If you have all the money in the world, anybody.
I'll tell you this. Almost everyone sitting here, if you had to toe the line in terms of start from scratch, working for people, you have been disrespected at different interviews.
Yeah,
definitely.
Don't tell a lie.
Yeah.
I've gone into an interview and the first question they asked me was, who are you? Don't tell me that. What do you mean, who am I?
You're Quincy Jones.
Well, I wasn't at the time. But that's what reality is.
Yeah.
And then everyone's upset that, oh, he spoke to anybody. He didn't speak rudely. If you don't know,
that's why I keep asking, was he disrespectful in any way?
To be fair, I don't think he was. If you are on TikTok, you understand what the current new media is. It's not even about Pella. It is, I'm not saying that's the normal way to conduct yourself while verbally engaging someone else. But that's what new media is saying.
Okay, while you're saying that, Petty Talker has a few things to say and add to our conversation. Hello, Petty.
Moving on, we also need to, I want to add to what Quincy said, right?
Add to it, baby.
To understand, Pella is an influencer. What's the job of an influencer? To influence. So what message would you be passing down to those who need to learn? That you can be vulgar, you can speak whatever way you want and you will thrive? That is not how we want to,
influence things.
Make these upcoming guys be. Yeah. So I feel, Pella, please just go back to school. No one is saying you're not good at what you do. But I feel more doors will open up if you are fluent. It is cute and it's not cute at the same time. How do you interact with foreign brands if you can't speak proper English?
No.
Doesn't make any sense.
This is totally understood, but I'm sorry.
I disagree with that.
I'm sorry. I want to. What are you people talking about? This about a week prior to this situation, right? There was a case of he had paid for a building, hundreds of millions of naira. Kilombamisona, what are you talking about? That what he should what? I support that he should go to school. Get formal education.
He doesn't have
it's
to.
important. But he doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
You're telling me about brands. What are you talking? Have you opened his live session? Have you seen the gifts of being one of the top influencers in Africa? Don't chat to me about that. Face reality.
So
and then someone says, you're wasting data. I'm sorry, I need to talk to that person that said you're wasting data. I'm wasting data watching Pella. What do you?
No, but that's
okay. I think everyone has an opinion. When you put out content on social media,
I'm with you, Joe.
You've opened doors for people to say things about whatever you're doing.
I'm sorry.
But
don't move
I need to move things on.
Sorry.
Okay, so Do you think at any point in time, outside of even this particular situation, do you think social media has influenced people wrongly? Because now we're talking about impact, and I feel that without education, yes, not everyone has the opportunity or should, go to school, but without education, there wouldn't be a TikTok today, because it takes people with great minds who have gone to study and develop, this level of technology for it to even be available today. Do you think social media at any point in time has influenced the society at large, and of course in Nigeria wrongly?
Negatively.
Yeah.
My honest answer to that question is that social media has not influenced people more negatively than traditional media influenced people negatively back when all of us were watching traditional media.
Yeah. True.
Okay.
Fact.
Yeah.
How so?
Fact. The media has always been guilty of, whether on a moral level, depicting things that are supposedly immoral, right? Growing up, we're watching movies that had adult scenes.
Adult scenes, yes.
There were depictions of people smoking cigarettes who looked cool. Do you know how many people went down in the 70s, 80s with chronic lung diseases because of how cool the Marlboro advertising was at the time?
Yeah.
So, where at any point in time,
And my man, James Bond.
yeah, we're at any point
Changed
in
my
time
life.
sort of zoned in when actors started getting big checks across the world,
Yeah.
right? A generation of people just wanted to go to acting school, or maybe just go out on sets and go try out and audition because they felt motivated by a certain stimuli. They were responding to a certain
because they could see something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like music at some point. It's like, even in America today, till today, black people see a clearer path to making money
and
in
success.
sport and in entertainment
Yeah.
than in, corporate America.
Yeah.
And it comes from people like Hakeem Olajuwon being super successful. They've seen black people, make a...
Or like Shaq, like you said.
Shaquille O'Neal, people like that. So, you see, you can't legislate for the kind of influence that people pick up, right?
Yeah.
You can legislate for regulations,
Yeah.
right? And there's been a lot that even the government has
conversation going on
attempted,
about that,
right?
yeah.
But at the end of the day, you cannot blame a guy who, on the back of his talent, or in the case of the person that you've been trying to address, a lack of talent, has attained
Touché. I love it.
a certain level of success doing his stuff, creating value. Now, let's be clear about something. Even with music, and I think it was Two-Face, I was saying it about 2 weeks ago, that there is no bad music, actually, right? What you call bad music sounds great to the hearing of someone else.
Yeah, true.
It just isn't your kind of music.
Exactly.
Right? That person who says other people are wasting their data simply because she doesn't like the kind of content, right? Forgets that all of us don't like the same things. Obviously, Pella is successful to the extent to which he is because
people like
what he does.
Exactly.
She just doesn't belong to that category of persons
You don't see
who
him.
like what
I
he
love
does.
you, brother.
You know what I mean?
I think we already answered the questions, but I have a final thing to throw out, and then hopefully you can respond to that. Do you think that the types of content on TikTok is dumbing down and numbing people's senses? Because this is a conversation that has happened before, whereby I'm not a TikToker, so I don't really know what happens there. But then I did join a friend's TikTok live once, and I was confused because it was an entire different world to me.
It is.
I was confused about everything going on, and that was my first and last time. But do you think the content? Because I couldn't keep up. I was like, what's going on?
There are TikTok channels teaching life skills, though. They're just in the
Exactly,
minority,
but
right?
but they have
the popular
views.
ones.
Of course, they have views. So
Do you
really,
think-
digital media is a mixture of the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like YouTube, right?
Tailor your algorithm.
It's what
to
you're looking
soothe
for that you find. People literally learn skills that change their lives.
Let me quickly add something.
on this platform.
My mindset is going towards the modern state of education now needs to update their curriculum in certain ways to make some of these social media things fit in. There's certain things they don't teach in school.
Brilliant.
They don't educate people in terms of how to make money, financial things as well,
Okay.
and the involvement in social media.
But do you
as a whole.
think social media as it is today as a winning formula? Like, okay, I'm just going to do this, do that, and do
No,
this,
it doesn't.
and then- so it doesn't. So how do
No,
you
social
teach
media
that
does not have a winning formula.
formula? Like, yes,
it doesn't.
So how do you teach that in schools?
I'm sorry. I use quite a lot of AI products,
Yeah.
like apps, right, for my day-to-day business. And bruv, I learned. No one sat to teach me. A friend did a cousin did a recommendation, and I learned everything from Instagram. To be specific, there's a particular channel that gives updates on AI.
Yeah.
Then there's a different channel that gives updates on marketing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm watching some of the biggest marketing ideas ever done externally outside my immediate environment.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. I'm tailoring that. I'm adapting it to my clients. I'm doing different things. Bruv, tailor your algorithm. What you like is so beautiful. I think TikTok even put quite a number of them on their toes, right? It's so beautiful down to what you like when you double click and what you comment on or what you share,
Or even
right?
what you
It
search.
regenerates those content. So if you go to someone's explore page and all you see is a woman's behind,
Because
and a lot
that's
of
what they're
my
searching
bro,
for.
that's what you always
Stop
search
talking
for.
about my page.
Okay. Okay, so guys, we need to go, but then we need to take our final.
Just the tip.
No, we're not taking just the tip because we have Petit Talker who's going to be giving us our final thoughts on what we've discussed on, and then we can move on to just the tip.
Sorry, sir.
So, Petit, you have something
Yeah,
to say.
Yeah, so personally, I feel we need to, encourage the upcoming ones who are trying to be different. But at the same time, we need to remind them of the harsh reality that awaits them. You want to go into entertainment, it takes a while for you to kick off. You need to sacrifice. You need to do loads of shows, So that's why you need to get educated. So now your certificate comes in as a backup plan if entertainment doesn't work. Everyone wants to be as big as Pella is right now, but we have no idea the work he had to put in to get to where he is right now. So in as much as we love entertainment, education is key. Get educated so that when the time comes, you'll be able to not just, understand the deals that are presented to you. You'll be able to, navigate through the whole situation and make things work for you. That's all I have to say, boys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, by the way, on tonight's edition of the
Thank
show.
you.
We appreciate
girl.
your feedback.
Thank you.
And of course, it's time to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, we need to do two things. We're going to do just the tip and the toast of the week. Yes, I'm going to be giving toast of the week to Bada, of course.
They
And,
never give me.
Yeah, I don't trust you
toasted.
that much.
No, you have to educate me though.
Okay, all right. Toast of the week. We can toast to anything that has been, that stands out from your experiences or maybe the things we've talked about tonight. And that's it, basically. Just a celebration of something.
For me, education in itself is useless without knowledge. Knowledge is useless without its application to create value, right?
This guy's deep.
So education is not an end, it's a means to an end, right? So we're going to toast to a generation of people who prioritize learning and who prioritize value creation. Whether they've been through formal or informal education is immaterial. We're all just going to be champions in our own spheres of influence, competently and eminently equipped to deliver value
Oh my
to the
God.
highest levels. And that's what really matters. So,
Oh my God.
a toast to excellence.
Cheers to that.
Toast to learning.
excellence.
I'm done with the drink, but a toast to your toast, bro.
All right,
Yes,
that was
sir.
really
Toast to
good.
your
That was really
toast.
good. So that was like a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be just a toast of the week,
It
but
was
that
a
was
toast
just
and
a
tip.
tip. Yes, thank you very much. So it's been quite an interesting edition of the Black Table. Thank you. Luke Weasley Jones.
Just the
Yes.
tip?
No tip
As
for
you
you.
don't want to give me
No
toast.
tip for you.
Okay, sorry.
And of course, Bada, thank you. Appreciate it. My
was a
man,
pleasure
gang,
being here.
it's been such a pleasure to have every one of
Interesting.
you
He's
on
your
the
man?
show.
I'm not?
You're my man now.
I'd know homo.
Like what? I mean, come on, guys. Like let's keep it simple here. Thank you, thank you. All right, remember, the darker the night, the brighter the stars. It's still the Black Table. We'll catch you next week. To have a good night.